14 years old when I moved here to Texas with my dad. And he got me a job like down at the Safeway. I was bagging groceries. And I really didn't know too much except for like, I knew some reggae stuff. I heard some Iggy, but that's about the most I knew of anything. I didn't really know. I just been reading about it, wanted to know about it. But Norman from Legionaries Disease walks in the grocery store, and he's got his haircut was all, I mean, it was gay as hell, but back then it was cool. You know, like David Bowie or something. He had like spiky on top, but then like really long, you know? And I was like, I ran up to him like, dude, we're gonna get my hair cut like that. And he's like, my girlfriend did it. Just come over to my house after you get off work, right across the street. So I go over there, that's where I met Jerry and Frankie Fraser and everybody. I'm 14 years old. And I'm just like, and then they invite me to the show that weekend. And from that point on, I was sold. Jerry, if people say, what are your influences? I have an influence. It was Jerry. It was all Jerry. Jerry from Legionaries Disease, watching him made me realize, fuck, I can do this. That's so fucking simple. It was just, and then he fucking took me to California to play, like, with Legionaries Disease when Norman couldn't play. I was like, I was 15 years old when he took me out there. And they're all Vietnam vets. And I'm just like this little kid. It was fucking awesome. It's all Jerry. That was my influence. I'd run away from home, and I was staying at their practice place, which was basically a fucking storage space that they fucking just practiced in. And I was staying in it, and they were getting ready to go to California. They had some shows, and I was kind of getting like worried because I'd run away from home. That was my house, you know what I mean? But Norman punched his fist through a window fighting Madonna and about cut his thumb off. He didn't cut it off, but he cut it pretty bad. He couldn't play. And ever since I've been there, Norman had been showing me every Legionaries Disease song. Like, that's the only thing I knew how to play. I didn't know how to play anything else except for every Legionaries Disease song on bass. And Jerry goes, well, you know how to play the songs, you want to go? And so I went with him that night. First stop was the Whiskey A Go-Go. That's the first time I ever played with other people, was on stage at the Whiskey A Go-Go opening for the Weirdos. And that was the first time I ever played with other people. And then they took me to fucking San Francisco, and we played with the Mutants at the Mabuhay. And then I think maybe the Dead Kennedys at Mabuhay. I don't remember what the third show was, but I did 3 shows with them. And then they just kind of like fizzled out like as far as doing anything. And I was so excited. I wanted to play every weekend. And so then I got Sick Pleasure going and went on my own. But yeah, that's what got me started. Jello was kind of pissed off at me because he said I was talking bad about the Dead Kennedys or something. I just didn't like the Dead Kennedys, really. I mean, that's all it was. I mean, I didn't really have a vendetta or something against them. I was just like, and people asked about the Dead Kennedys back then. I'm like, nah, I don't like them. I mean, when we were Slayer came running in, and they had like the guitarist, if I can get which one, but he had a Dead Kennedys pin on his guitar strap, and he goes, I like the Dead Kennedys, I like punk rock. And I go, dude, that'd be like if I had a rap button on instead of like metal. And like, and he like took it off. He's like, oh, okay. So we played with them in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and I got kicked off the fucking Dead Kennedys thing because I did Jello Biafra impersonations on stage was the official reason. Because all I did was I said, my hotel room is too small to do Tai Chi exercises. And he got really mad about it. And I mean, to the point that he didn't talk to me until about like 8 years ago. And this was like in '84. He wouldn't talk to me. And just to prove to like some people that it wasn't just me thinking that he was, I was with Kurt and we're like watching the Avengers, and I go, watch when I go stand next to Jello. And I just walked over, like Jello, the Avengers are playing, so I walk over, I stand next to him. As soon as I stand next to him, Jello goes, oh shit. And he walks over to the other side of the other side of the stage. Then I go, okay. So I walk over to the other side of the stage and stand next to him. He goes, oh shit. And he walks back over to the other side of the stage. He would not stand next to me. But then we played Cuba. And Dan Kiddies had never played Cuba. And I'm at Punk Rock Bowling, and I mean, I always act like I didn't know that Jello was mad at me. So every time I'd see Jello, I'd be like, "Hey, Jello!" and I'd hug him, and he'd be like trying to like get away from me, like, "Oh my God!" And I'm walking across the street, and like the green light starts, you know, like in Las Vegas, and so we're all walking, and I get Jello right in the middle of the intersection. I'm like hugging him, "Jello, Jello!" and like that's the first time he didn't try to get away. He's like, I heard you went to Cuba. I want to know how you guys did it. And all of a sudden he was like being my friend. But, you know, he's just like, at least he's talking to me now after fucking 35 years, just because I said, my hotel room is just modern day Tai Chi exercises.